Hey Aries, your June tarot reading is ready. I'm Eleanor. Welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. Your theme for June is restriction. And so you're identifying the confining factors in your life that are preventing expansion or connection. So it is interesting, you guys, that you have your clarifiers on this. You have the Chariot in reverse and you have the Lovers in reverse, and you also have the Lovers and the Chariot upright in the reading. So that's kind of very interesting. So your first clarifier on restriction is the Chariot in reverse. Constricted freedom of movement. And for some, this is physical, like a limitation around your transportation or movement throughout your home that needs attention. For others, it's other types of mobility, like physical mobility. And this may only make sense to one person, but the restriction is caused by some kind of diversion, a splitting off where two channels need to be harmonized and combined. But some of you could have a very, very narrow definition of success, and there's an invitation here to broaden that and to widen that. So, like, for example, can failure be reframed as a fact-finding mission? I just saw that in a really cute video. I like the way she reframed that to fact-finding. Can learning something from an experience be a success? Now, your second clarifier is the Nine of Wands reversed. So there is a defensiveness causing restriction, a built-up fear over what has started to feel like a recurring pattern. So this card in this position, it says that pattern or series of events is over now and you can focus on other things. Like as you have gone through many rounds of something, you're tightening something. Something's getting like wound tighter and tighter, or like closed like a zip tie. You can only go one direction and not go back. And somehow that needs to be reversed or revised. And also you could be restricted by lack of energy due to burnout that needs to be addressed. I see also procrastination here as a factor that's limiting your time. And then finally, I see some past experiences limiting what you believe that you're capable of. Now your third clarifier here, you have the Lovers in reverse. So something is limiting a connection, the free flow of love somewhere. But actually, what I see is limited access to yourself because of a partial loss of individuality into a connection. So you could be struggling to communicate this with a partner, and some kind of boundary needs to be communicated. I mean, that's only for a few of you, but for most of you, there feels like a lack of choice, and that feels restricting. I want to kind of go on a different tangent here, too. If you are restricting yourself from something or something from yourself, keep in mind that the more you do that, the more power it will have over you, the more special it will become. It gets this kind of aura around it of scarcity than if it were just experienced in abundance or as normal. Do you ever notice, like, the minute you're told you can't have something, all of a sudden you want it, even if you didn't before? All right, okay, so there's more to this. Let's see how it plays out in your week to week. You have the first week, Four of Swords. So if you're getting restricted sleep, loud car, sorry. If your sleep is getting restricted, this is the week to address why and how you can reclaim some personal rest and relaxation time. This is when that burnout might need to be addressed if that's an issue for you. And like with the Lovers reversed, if your partner's snoring is cutting into your sleep, that's not funny, that's not cute, and it's not minor. That's actually really unhealthy, and over time it could cause all sorts of issues with your mental health and the relationship itself. Or like, is there a TV in the bedroom that there's some research that says that might not be the best thing. Anything like that needs to be cleared so that you can get proper regenerative and restorative rest. Now for the second week, you have the King of Wands. So something does get either knocked loose here or a metaphorical band gets cut off because you are channeling all of your fire energy here. You are unstoppable. There's something here about learning discipline as a means to direct and harness your energy rather than stifling it or cutting it off. I hope that makes some sense. Disciplining the direction of your energy, not disciplining it by trying to stifle it. There's a sense of being in total command of your focus and energy, and that can come from realizing that someone else's choices were restricting yours in some way, and you took your power back from that. Now for the third week, you have the Star. Even better. Light is getting in. So it's as though hope and some kind of vision or optimism of the future was being curtailed and it's flowing again. The Star is also a healing energy, especially spiritual healing. So something constricting your heart could start to be healed and pain soothed. And heart by heart, I mean emotional, your emotional body. I'm not a cardiologist. Go see it. I'm looking at that Nine of Wands reversed and wondering if you could have had your guard up Not because you can see something coming, but because you can't, because you're in the dark or in the unknown. Like, you know, when you walk across a room in the dark, you walk differently without lights on because you can't see. So you'll take those little small restricted steps so that you don't stub your toe, right? So here you can get more of a glimpse of the terrain, metaphorically, which allows you to take bigger strides in your life. Now, for the fourth week, you have the Lovers. And so, for one, claiming more space for yourself actually brings you closer to someone. Your connection becomes more of a choice, more conscious, and less default, less autopilot or reflexive, less codependent. It's like when something or someone isn't just there all the time, an active choice has to be made to engage. And those types of interactions could be expanding by the end of June. For some of you, you could see a restriction that's keeping you apart from someone or something important in your life being lifted. Like the Chariot with the Lovers reversed, that could be like some sort of travel restriction or loss of transportation to each other. The Nine of Wands reversed, some kind of defensiveness could have been restricting the flow of energy between you. And after the Star brings light to the situation, that can be laid to rest. Okay, now for work, you have the Empress and the Page of Wands. And so for the self-employed, this could be a time of accelerated and amplified creativity for a new product line or to increase your consultation value by learning something new. See, the Page of Wands needs freedom to experiment, though. So get rid of any restrictions around making an exploratory mess. Coming at something with fresh eyes could be one of your greatest assets right now. So don't limit yourself to what you think you know or already have experience with. For those of you employed in an organization, don't withhold any of your ideas for solutions. Something that originates as a whim could really pay off, or something that just seems like I don't know, kind of random could really pay off. Even though you might not be the one whose job it is to find that solution, you could know something as an outsider. There's a lot of youthful energy coming off of here, so you could be bringing in a fresh, non-jaded perspective on something, especially if it's a creative project. And I can't leave out that someone might be going on some kind of parental leave during this time. Now, for love, you have the Knight of Cups and the Chariot. So for couples, more accelerated movement when the tap is open for changes in emotional communication. This indicates some kind of change for the better when someone starts opening up more. And then you find out that you're on the same page about something and you have the same values, a shared goal, a shared vision. So there's so much feeling being expressed here, and it's sweeping you forward towards the next level of your relationship. Now for singles, it's pretty much the same thing, except instead of leveling up an existing relationship, you and an interest might decide to give it a go at some kind of connection or relationship. There's something here about coming correct for someone, and someone is expressing a desire to ride off into the sunset. So if we can tie this back to that Chariot in reverse regarding restriction, it's the opening of the emotional channel, the heart portal, that turns it upright and teams you up with someone whose path is parallel to yours. And so that's your reading, and I also have your bonus card here, and it says, let go of yesterday, as what you do right now is more important. All right, Aries, that's what I have for you. Have a wonderful June, and I will talk to you next month. Thank you.